Today there was dense fog in the forests of Konkan. Along with this, the silence in the atmosphere was further increasing the mystery of this atmosphere. The darkness of the night spread. Night insects in the forest hear, curtsing death songs with a distinctive voice. The bright yellow light was like the yellow eyes of a snake. As soon as the moon's shadow falls on the trees, the branches will take on a monstrous appearance in that shadow. From somewhere in the distance, the figure of a man came running through the forest in the moonlight. The man had a long beard and big eyebrows, wearing black sadra and white dhoti below. In his hand was a sharp axe which had turned red with fresh blood. Looking at that strange person, it seemed that he must be a thief, a robber. He must have done something wrong with the intention of stealing, because that Isma had a terrible expression of horror on her face. In the light of the moon, Ism Jas went a little further. Along with him 10-12 people carrying 8-9 burning torches made their way in the darkness and entered the forest. Villagers become wild in the forest. This is Ganja. The robber must be sitting somewhere here under pressure. Do not leave, that's it. The Sarpanch of the village looked at all the villagers and said. Then on the orders of the Sarpanch, 10-12 villagers entered the forest with sticks in their hands and torches, and in the red light of the torches, Ganga Dako was a dacoit. He along with his gang used to commit robberies in the villages day and night. If someone came inside while stealing, he would not hesitate to cut the person in front with his sharp axe. In this way he had killed many people. People used to feel prickly even after hearing the name of Ganja Dacoit. This is how the police came to know about the deadly exploits of Ganja Dacoit. Ganga and her gang have already robbed many innocent people. Due to this, the police will keep a reward of only Rs 2,000 for catching him alive. The police will also say this. If there is robbery in a village by Gango all through the night, if warned, you can even kill it to protect your body. As soon as permission for the encounter was received from the government, but Ganga did not get anything. He used to spread robbery and murder. Although the police had a panacea, but it was of no use. Similarly, the police system is also tired, which will create an option for the police to catch him, bring Ganga dead or alive. Reward of 2,000 rupees. But every village is being looted. The people of that house were killed by Ganga. A feeling of revenge arose in the minds of those people. He didn't want money. They only wanted dead Ganga. Therefore the villagers, he decided to stay awake the whole night and keep watch over the village. Groups of people started roaming in the village with sticks in their hands. And today Ganga got trapped in the trap of those people. He entered the forest in fear of death, and 10-12 people were chasing him to kill him. Following the words of the Sarpanch, all the villagers came together in a group. The investigation continued for literally 1.5 hours, and the entire forest was thoroughly searched. But Ganja did nothing and was not found. The Sarpanch said while looking towards 3 villagers coming towards him from the front. But on what the Sarpanch said, the villagers spoke in a disappointed tone. No, O Sarpanch. Try to see the entire forest, but that bastard. Kath jail Kunis the Vuk, said the villager. At his sentence, another villager's voice was heard in support of the Sarpanch. Hey Sarpanch. Hey Sarpanch. I could hear Jewel ya. People in the village had only one source of drinking water. This is the only well in the forest. Water comes from the ground below the well, due to which the well remained full for 12 months. Hearing the voice of that villager, The Sarpanch ran towards that villager. The Sarpanch said, "What is happening?" Punishment of Sarpanch's Pargraman Yan will only point towards the well from time to time. The Sarpanch took a torch from a villager and peered into the well in the red light of the burning torch. Wrinkles spread on his forehead and a slightly scared expression spread on his face. Ratkindia's shrill voice now started getting louder. "I'll start hooting at certain sounds." The Sarpanch looked into the well and stepped back. Then one by one the villagers started looking inside the well without asking the Sarpanch and his friend what they had seen. Along with this, a secret explosion took place. Because in the eyes of every villager, a dead body will be seen floating on the water behind the rising Ganga in that well. There was complete silence for a while. This cemetery was not meant to express silence. Seeing Ganga Dacoit dead, some happiness started appearing on the faces of the villagers. Nevertheless, he did bad things throughout his life. The dead body of the bandit was immediately taken out by the villagers. The Sarpanch informed about the death of the village's well-known policeman Patlis Ganga. They immediately reached the spot. Then he called his police station, and sometimes 5 policemen were seen in the village. The police did not ask for any information from the villagers. Still, they benefited from the Ganga affair. The police cremated Ganga's body in the hearse present there at that time, without knowing which crematorium it is. They only know that they will get it kept in the hospital mortuary. Because the police did not know that Ganga Dacoit also had a wife and children. Only a week had passed since the death of Ganga Dakula, when suddenly the women who went to the village well early in the morning to draw water and the passers-by walking near the well at night started experiencing strange inhumanity beyond imagination. "Someone is watching us from the trees, his yellow eyes shining from the well water." The women going to fetch water early in the morning, in the dense fog, saw the dead Ganga Dacoit, with black sadra on his head, white dhoti below, blanket on his shoulders, an axe in his hand, eyes filled with embers glowing like red stove, spread in the village. He said that the village well has been stolen. Ganga has become thirsty. He has come to take revenge. One day a terrible incident happened. The hero's daughter-in-law went to the well to draw water in the morning and returned straight away dead. This is the same body which was found in the well. From that day, the women of the village started being afraid of going to the well to draw water. Ultimately, the well was closed.